using today. This is all from the Ginger Snap collection, and I have not a whole lot of it left. I did buy an extra package of the um, die cut flowers, and I think I bought another sheet of paper, um, maybe that was on a recent or one of my more recent unboxings. Um, but anyway, so I only have a few scraps left, and you can see there all of these came from that paper pack. And then I'm going to fussy cut a couple of the animals. That's the sheet that I think that I reordered because I know I've used it already, and I think I reordered it because I do not have much of this collection left at all. But I'm going to use the scraps today. They were perfect for this sketch by Kristen, and it looked like it was probably washi in the sketch, but I am going to use my paper scraps, and I'm glad that I held on to so many of these. Some of them you can probably tell were cut from the piece of paper that just had a bunch of like little strips in it. And so I used some of those on a previous layout, and I still had a few left, and they came in very handy for this layout, and I love how that looked. These are some photos of my granddaughters. Um, I always keep the littlest one, and we went and picked up um, Addie, and this is for her book. And we just went to visit my mother-in-law in the nursing home for a little while, and then we also stopped by the park and played. And it was a beautiful, nice, crisp morning. They were both dressed warm, and we had, it was perfect day for playing outside. So we enjoyed that a lot. So I'm just kind of getting all my strips done, and the way I ended up with this here, I love. Um, just like that. And then when I took my final pictures, it actually changed it. I didn't mean to. I was just taking everything off and then adding all of my adhesive. I added foam tape on the ends of each of the strips, and I also added foam tape behind the fussy cut um, images. And then, of course, I always add a little bit of foam tape, at least to the bloom portions of my florals. So those are going to come into play here in a moment. But I don't show any of the gluing on screen for this one. It takes enough time just to get it all placed, so I did not add the gluing in. I cut all of that out of the video. But that's pretty much, I love how the bottom one is, and I it's not going to end up like that in the final pictures. But I did go ahead, and after I saw this when I was doing my voiceover or my editing, I went ahead and took the layout apart. And in my album, it's going to look like this, even though my final pictures do not look like this. That's what it is. I don't know why when I move it, I always forget and mess something up. So that was it for this one. I do add a little bit, and you'll see in the final pictures, uh, to my florals at the end. Once I took it apart and started gluing, I added a little bit more in. But I'm going to go through all of these. These are so pretty. I love these florals. Like I said, I did order a second pack because I had used all of them from the first pack. And I knew I still had a few sheets of paper left, so I really wanted to um, just grab another package of these. I still have a lot of titles left as well because that was also something that I added in to my last order. So I liked that, and I kept trying to add a butterfly, and I ended up not using a butterfly, but I do add another little piece of greenery there because there was quite a few green strips. And so I added that, and then I believe I added one more floral over to the left-hand side as well after all of it's glued down. And there I have cut away. And see, I did add a little bit of greenery on both of those. My final touches are just going to be these little sticker strips, and I'm going to also place hearts in, um, or 3 hearts in 2 different spots. And that is basically it. All of the information about the products that I've used today are on the Pretty Little Studio blog, and all the information and a playlist of everyone who has played along with Christie's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches is in the description box below. So I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video today. If you are not yet a subscriber, I would love for you to join us. Then you will know when I add future layouts. I will be adding several more for the 30 Days of Sketches. And I will also always be adding more for the Pretty Little Studio design team. So leave any comments or questions or anything that you might want to put down in the comments. I